You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The GOAT Shop on Hits 92.3, the
Read
real,
the real
definition
of internet radio. I'm one of your hosts, Pushalini Da God.
GOAT Shop, Sports Talk Radio, what we talking about, man?
Man, don't ask me nothing about no Shannon Sharp, bro.
I'm Stony Brown, this is the GOAT Shop on Hits 92.3. They beat Brady that Super Bowl, it would have been free.
The entertainment, like that's what making, that's why we talking about it. Because of the cap.
Man, don't ask me nothing about no Shannon Sharp, bro.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke every Wednesday at Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P-Joe. Not to mention, we got the host with the most, Kells. We got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items. Looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.
Morning. It's the GOAT Shop. It's Friday. We're living in Trump land. I hope you got all your affairs in order, because every day you wake up and they got you something new going on. Me and Hood Unicorn were discussing off air before the show the SAFE Act and the implications it's having across America, or will have across America, when we go to vote in our next election. And that doesn't mean 4 years from now. There will be election in the fall. There's an election in your local jurisdiction every year. There's something that you're voting for every year in your local jurisdiction, whether it be a mayor or a councilman or alderman or a senator, or there's something that you vote for every single year. A policy change, a bill, a tax code, whatever. There's something that you're going to vote for every single year. And as far as the SAFE Act is the directive of the SAFE Act is, for a person to vote, their ID must match their birth certificate. The most major implication for that is women, that's first. That's the largest group that's going to be affected by this. Married women. And the second group would be transgender individuals who chose a new name, or anyone who chose a different name than their original name. If you don't have a birth certificate that has that name on it, you will have to get a passport.
What about WITSEC? What about people in WITSEC?
They use
do birth certificates when they go into WITSEC?
They don't vote.
What?
You're in witness protection. Why would you vote? You're trying to be a ghost. You're not trying to make any legal. You're not trying to do anything. Remember, your house is bought by the government. Your job is a government appointed job. Everything that you're going to go ahead and do for the future when you're in witness protection program is guided and picked out by the government, so that you don't end up somewhere where you raise a red flag and somebody says, hey, who's this guy? New face, blah, blah, blah. Reminds me of this old face. You know what I'm saying? Now, that doesn't mean that people don't go through witness protection and still somehow find a way to be back in the media or back as a superstar or something like that. But for the most part, when you go through witness protection, they're trying to make you a ghost. They're trying to make you disappear. So voting would not, you'd have to vote as yourself. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give you documentation, but that documentation is only honored by the government. If you put that shit through a regular business to do a regular background check, it's going to come back like, who the fuck is this person that just got a birth certificate in 2012? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times they tell you not to get in political things and not to be part of political, because people research political. You know what I'm saying? If you go to a march and they see you on a video, you know what I'm saying? No, but it's a good question, because even if you go to the voting stand, there's cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be working for the federal bureau and see you walk through the door. I thought this person was dead. Witness protection. I'm sure there's some kind of, but in reality, being America, I'm sure there's some kind of law or some way they can do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're supposed to be dead and gone, and you pop up on the voter's registration, there's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But that is a good question though. What about witnesses in witness protection program? You know what I'm saying? Because some people are in it for a long time, and some people are in it until the criminal the trial is over. Right. Until they believe that the person is somewhat safe. Yeah. So I know we're supposed to be talking sports, but please, people, be aware, be learned. I used to I hate people that say, I don't watch the news. I don't keep up with the news. I don't watch the news. And when I was growing up, that was a very big thing for my family. We watched the news every night. My dad made us watch the news, as morning news, evening news, because it was very important that we had the information and knew what was going on. As far as my father was concerned, my mom got into the habit of watching the news. I don't know why, but maybe it was because of my dad. But my dad was a stickler about, hey, we got to watch the morning news. We got to watch the 10 o'clock news before we go to bed. Blah. But we live in a world now where you don't have to watch the news. There's clips all over your timeline. Stop skipping them. Stop sliding past all this Trump shit. Stop. I don't want to deal with that, man. I don't want to. Stop. You can't afford to not pay attention anymore, because bills are being passed that directly affect your life and your children's life. And right. Going forward, do women who are getting married keep their maiden name so that they can officially vote, or do they immediately get a passport made in their new name? That would be just like we used to get a marriage license. We'd get a marriage license and we'd both go get our joint passports. That would be part of getting married from now on. You know what I'm saying? And then the fucking messed up thing about that is, if you got to renew it, and if y'all get divorced, now you have to go back in there and change it again and change it back. There's men who take women's last names. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. That's probably a low number. Mm-hmm. Or all of the older women who sitting at home and not gonna have their passports, or not gonna be. They're not even thinking about passports. About doing that, right? So you gonna knock all of them out. Mm-hmm. That's almost 10 million voters that you're trying to suppress. That's crazy. If you woke up one day and realized that all the women around you were voting against, because remember, I believe the reason why it's happening in this nature is because so many Republican and white privileged men saw their wives vote against their interests. So now, if you want to vote, we're gonna have to go through these legal you're gonna have to get your name changed and everything like that, and we're gonna know exactly what you voted for. You know what I'm saying? Or you could just let your husband go and vote for your family. That's what they would rather happen. They want your husband to go in there and vote for the entirety of his family. You know what I'm saying? And his word be the law. Be the law. Be the law. Because that's how it was before. Before, women couldn't vote or have bank accounts or anything of that nature, and their husbands made all those decisions. We ain't going back to no Handmaid's Tale. Bitches is too ignorant for that. Females are way too ignorant nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Females nowadays, the things that went on in the past.
No, but the Handmaid's Tale is about it happening in this time.
Yeah, I know, but that's a timeline that in the movie was in the TV show. That's a timeline that was created for that to happen. In our current situation, where women, I saw a chick get into a road rage the other day, hop out and bear mace a nigga. Ain't no women like that in the Handmaid's Tale. I saw a woman get into a road rage with a man on the street and hop out her car and spray bear mace into his window. No. No, not in Atlanta. But in Atlanta, what I've seen is women in 5-star restaurants hop on top of tables and start twerking. You can't. Because these women have the right to do what they want to do, and nobody can tell them nothing. And I would dare you to say something to me. That's why, again, we not living in a time where the Handmaid's Tale could happen. Because it would be a group of women like, you not about to side bitch me in some little house with a red dress. I'm not even going for that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even goddamn. Wait, what? Bear mace? Yes, Christopher. Bear mace. A woman bear mace is a man who. Right. Let's take a commercial break early and get to when we get back. We will talk more sports. We'll talk sports. We'll talk about gout. 17-year-old track star. When we come back, GOAT Shop.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nursetobeauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse to Beauty. See you next time.
Gout. No, she don't gotta pretend to be single. I'm not assuming.
In a relationship, just like she gotta pretend like she not dating nobody else but you.
No, there's no pretending about it. Have some respect for me and don't open your stink ass mouth to say some shit like that, as if I'm not a person worth something. That's all I'm saying. I'm not assuming if we just like how Kels was laying it out, situationship or whatever, we ain't got no titles. My mind, I don't know about other men and I don't know about other women, but my mind from the experiences I've had in the years, I never assume that you're just going to only be dating me or only, you know what I'm saying? I'm just hoping that if you're smart enough and have enough respect, you'd be respectful enough to keep the things separated. if you opening your mouth and saying, "Yeah, Friday not gonna work because I'm supposed to be going on a bitch, we'll go out on a date. Go out on all the dates. Just don't call back, come back and date me." You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, that's what the Lick Show stand for. Oh, that's dope. Y'all make sure y'all tune into the Lick Show. I believe she's coming on today after us. The Lick Show with Kels. Love is cool with Kels. That is a dope ass title. God damn, why didn't I think of something? Stoner. Love is. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the SB. Hey, listen. You know how sore my throat was yesterday after screaming Stoner 5,000 in a row. I had to get a Halls. I got to get that. And we gotta get when you edit it, you gotta get the music too. You gotta get the mustard music. And then the drop. And I'm not even gonna do it because y'all anyway. Damn. The story is on my phone. It's not on my Instagram. Anyway, yesterday, young man by the name of Gout. Listen, 17-year-old Gout breaks the 10-second barrier for 100-meter twice in the same day. The first time he does it is 9.999, and the second time is 9.998. So he shaved a millisecond off his own record that he had just set. Christopher said throat goat? No. No, it's gout. But it definitely made me think about names and like the girl who came in that we interviewed the other day, her mom took time and knew, I don't know if she knew that her daughter would be a superstar, but she gave her a superstar name, My Angel Ross. You know what I'm saying? Like Sha'Carri Richardson, when they named her Sha'Carri, nobody thought that she was going to be, I'm sure her parents had great hopes for her, but you gave her a straight up baby mama from Detroit name, Sha'Carri. You know what I'm saying? When I hear that name, I imagine her smoking chain Newports, drinking Mad Dog 2020, and fighting with her baby daddy's other 5 baby mamas. When I hear Sha'Carri Richardson, I'm thinking there's 4 more baby mamas somewhere that she just up in, you know what I'm saying? She got to put the Thanos fist on these bitches every weekend because they keep fucking with her baby daddy, who she's the first baby daddy, and there's others. I mean, baby mama. He ain't even with her no more. She just meet bitches in the projects and whip. You still fuck with my baby daddy? That's what I see. That's why Sha'Carri Richardson runs so fast. Because if she wasn't, an athlete like that, she'd be using her hands. I just see. That's why the nails are so long to keep her. Because I could just see little Mink, goddamn, catch you in the street, Sha'Carri. Anyway. But so I started to make jokes about gout, which first of all, gout in the American language, in the English language, is not something desirable. You know what I'm saying? And he's named twice, gout. But I remember growing up that I learned that in African culture, if they name you first name, last name, it's basically like king. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not just Mario Gout of the Gout people. You are Gout of the Gout people. You are the representation of the whole family. When you have double names. Same thing with like Manute Bol, his son is Bol. It's because he wanted the representation. You are the bowl of all the bowls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So but it definitely didn't she motivated bro fast and fast. He said Sha'Carri is motivated, fast and fast feet. But Yeah, so but gout, man, God, man, I wish there was, just like I advocated for a internet review board for women and men too. There should definitely be an internet review board that's made up of your peers, not made up of random people. It should be made up of people that know you, to say, hey, bro, don't post that. Hey, bro, that don't need to be on the internet. Everybody don't need to know what's going on with you and your baby mama. Don't post that. Don't put you was fighting with your grandmama. Don't post that.
I know I don't have a mic, but they gonna hear me when I say this. Somebody needed to call Ray J and tell him not to call that little boy asking him
Can we shower together? Yes, again, that's another thing. The internet committee would say, hey, Ray J, it's not very savory you talking about one in the shower with Kai Sanat, with a man that's half your age and doing juvenile half your age shit. That's what Kai Sanat's brand is. Because he's chasing clout. He know that shower scene was one of the most watched damn scenes that they ever had. That whole day when him and him and I Show Speed are locked together with chains for 48 hours during that segment. You know what I'm saying? So, and they were playing a game called Chain Together, right? And the joke of it was, we're gonna chain ourselves together until we beat this game. You know what I'm saying? And it took them about 36 hours or some shit like that. But the entire time they're chained together. So of course they have to go to the bathroom together, and they have to goddamn shower together. You know what I'm saying? But that was one of Kai Cenat's highest viewed streams. You know what I'm saying? So Ray J is really just trying to say, hey man, I want to be part, but you don't tell another man, yeah, man, I want to come on camera and we can hop in the shower together. Like, bro, Ray J, chill out, bro. Chill out, brother Ray J. You ain't gotta chase the clout that bad. And did you see Kai Cenat's face? He was like, what? Why would you say that to me on air? Why would you? You know what I'm saying? But Ray J's just out there right now. He don't know. Ray J's really just grasping at straws, trying to stay relevant. Cause he looking like a fool on Love and Hip Hop. Just being Love and Hip Hop Miami.
I don't watch that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but I just know that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. When I watched the clip, I was like, Ray J, what? Why would you say these things out your mouth? Do you forget the America we live in? But anyway, last night had a few games. We're coming up to the last week of actual games. Last game is August 15th, I believe. No, that's a playing game. The last full game night is Sunday, April 13th. And then Tuesday after that, we'll have the first set of playing games. And then after that, the playoffs will start. But anyway, last night, Pistons over Knicks, 115-106. Pacers over the Cavs, 114-112. Hawks over the Brooklyn Nets, 133-109. Bucks over the Pelicans, 136-111. And the Timberwolves over the Grizzlies, 141-125. Apparently, John Moran threw another grenade last night. He has totally embraced the villain role 100%. You know what I'm saying? What I think, what's happening is, with so many kids that are now focusing on NIL and image and stuff like that, they're not embracing it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want programs Little League and NCAA, sponsored programs, PAL and stuff like that. They don't want to embrace that because they don't want their kids to believe that they can come up through the system and be a villain. They would rather them be like a LeBron James or a Chris Paul or something like that. Somebody who stays out of trouble and doesn't have any problem with Adam Silver. So programs are now turning down Ja Morant sneakers. They're not endorsing him as a face of the league, of whatever their league is. Which is very unfortunate. But it's happening. We saw somewhat of a fallout over Anthony Edwards' shoes and how people feel about him being a father in his his different situations of fatherhood with his different kids and baby moms. We've had a little fallout to that. They haven't shown any major drop in his numbers, but it's a discussion that people are having all the time. Do I buy my kids Anthony Edwards sneakers, knowing how he's being portrayed in the media? Same thing with Ja Morant. It's unfortunate, but it's the world that we live in now because of the media. You know what I'm saying? Because of the constant exposure, the constant contact, clips, viral videos. Whereas some players were never expected to be role models. Now it's a de facto thing because everyone can see your life. Whether you want to be a role model or not does not matter. Everyone can see your life, so they'll decide whether they're going to follow you or not. There is no, oh, I'm the role model or the face of the league. No, we see you enough to make you whatever we want in the league. You know what I'm saying? You can make LeBron the king, because people forget, at one time, Dwight Howard was Superman. Nate Robinson had made himself what? Kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? And he rode that to the top. You know what I'm saying? He rode that persona of the biggest man in the room is Superman. Well, then the smallest man in the room is Kryptonite. And I'm going to show y'all how Kryptonite get down. You know what I'm saying? Almost beat Dwight Howard. No, he did beat Dwight Howard in the dunk contest that year, right? Coming out as Kryptonite in the green New York Knicks outfits.
I think he did, bro.
I think he did.
I'm trying to remember what is.
I remember all the dunks and
that's what I'm trying to remember. His most memorable dunk, because I think that's the same. Does he go up against Howard and Blake Griffin?
Yeah. No, that's the year Blake Griffin beats both of them, jumping over the car.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. That's why neither one of them won that year, because Blake Griffin comes with the car, jumps over the car. But the major matchup that year was Dwight Howard and Nate Robinson, because Nate Robinson was the shortest dude we had ever seen in the dunk contest, and he was yamming. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Yeah, Ja Morant is definitely embracing this villain role, and I don't know. I'm hoping that the NBA has a part of this, and it's a calculated thing, and it's not just him saying "fuck the league." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I want to do, because unlike football, where the bad guy is, celebrated, and you want the villain, and you want, you know what I'm saying? Basketball don't got no room for that. They will get rid of your ass. You keep Dennis Rodman enough, you keep Ron Artest enough, we will get rid of your ass. Ron Artest got that ring with the Lakers, and that was it. Couldn't wait. David Stern couldn't wait to get rid of that motherfucker. You got your ring now, motherfucker. Get up out of here. I don't want to hear no more shit. Nobody signed this nigga to nothing. Don't even put him on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And we saw it happen real quick. So I'm hoping that Ja Morant doesn't fall victim to that. Hawks have a big win last night and finally have one of their players, the number one player in the league. What's it? I always fuck up his name. Ricochet. Zachariah Ricochet.
Or Zachary. It's either Zachary or Zachary Ricochet. It's French, so it's like I don't know if that.
Yeah, I don't know. With that's what I would. If the
E.
R or the I or the I or the Y, I don't know. But he had 35 points last night. He went off. You know what I'm saying? I think we got a video of it. But he had 35 points last night in the 133.
That's why I keep saying that the Hawks could really mess up somebody's playoffs because Ricochet is potentially the best rookie in the league this year.
Right. We just haven't seen the production has come later in the year than the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? I think that just like it would be with any rookie, I think we just have unreal expectations for rookies nowadays because of what we've seen in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there was a lot of changes on that team throughout this year. Him coming in and then them making trades and picking up new pieces. So it was a lot of people trying to figure out their role because the only guaranteed spot was Trae Young.
Mm-hmm.
He was the only person who's, his percentage of touching the ball, how many looks he gets, pause, on the touching the ball.
Are guaranteed.
Yeah, it's guaranteed because like we've seen games where he had 30 plus points and like almost 15 assists.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 60 plus points that he's accounting for.
Right, by himself.
Mm-hmm. Either scoring or facilitating. So like the offense doesn't happen without him.
Right.
Everybody else just got to get in where they fit in. Ricochet was already highly talked about or highly projected as far as like going into the draft. Mm-hmm. Last year when we did our draft conversations, the episodes where we talked about that, he was like high up there. Him and what's my guy from Chicago that's holding it down, Buzelis.
Yeah,
the one that was in the dunk contest. Both of those guys were expected to come into the league and make a huge impact, similar to Joker, Luka, and Wemby, and Giannis, as far as
being a rookie
and being an international player,
right? And
already pretty much having like adult level experience from where you originally started. So like, yeah, I like the Hawks, man. I'm not, I'm a Laker, but I'm kind of like a Hawk too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say, I don't want to say I'm playing both sides, but I don't like. I do root for the Hawks. That's what I will say.
Yeah, we
like
live in the city. We live. It's the hometown city.
Yeah, but I don't root for the Falcons. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna say. All right, so
I fuck with the Braves and the Hawks.
I
haven't watched soccer enough to really just say I fuck with Atlanta United.
Right.
So I support what they're doing, but
I've always been. I don't know. I guess just how I was raised differently. My dad being from Trinidad and not from America. You know what I'm saying? He was a Lakers fan, but we grew up in New York. So, of course, you had to root for the hometown teams.
Right.
So I grew up being a Lakers fan, but also being a Giants fan, a Jets fan, a Yankees fan, a Mets fan, a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Never was a New Jersey Nets fan. You know what I'm saying? But it just was part of our DNA to root for whatever the home teams were.
Right.
So when I moved to Atlanta, it was pretty much the same. Yeah, I'm a Giants fan and I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm definitely going to root for the Falcons, root for the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? UGA. And then when I got here, there were way more teams because you had many more college teams. In New York, you really only had NYU, St. John's. You didn't have huge college programs for football. You had it more for basketball, but not for football at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely a Hawks fan because, like I said, it's my hometown team where I'm at. And I'm very optimistic just seeing this kid have a 35-point night against the Nets. You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed up in ways in the highlights that I watched last night. He showed up. He did everything last night. You know what I'm saying? He was in every he was in every gap where there was fast break, loose ball. You know what I'm saying? Pressure down low. He hit a couple threes last night. Like looked like just stroke. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
Pause. Rhythm threes as well. You know what I'm saying? He caught him in the rhythm. Sometimes he had to work, but he looked really good, man. I was very impressed last night. It was almost like a coming out game. You know what I'm saying? And Trae Young looked good too. Because Trae now, it almost looked like he had a weapon. Yeah, you get to play the clip for sure.
Everybody been so focused on the 55th pick, we don't know what the number 1 pick doing. In the 80th game of the season, that boy said, let me stop playing with him. The Brooklyn Nets need to call a plumber. I think we got a leak. Dyson Daniels dropped the dime and Ricochet picked it up. Smooth ass little reverse leg. That boy looking like a trained sniper on go. No ball dip straight up. I ain't gonna lie, buddy got a burner on. He said, you thought I was going baseline. Let me get to that paint. Damn, bro, fuck is you jumping for? And one. We about to call Trae Young DD because he out here dropping shit off like DoorDash. That's beautiful. Ooh, hit him with a little bachata. Okay. He wasn't in his bag. He was in his baguette. Hawks up 27 in Brooklyn. You know shit about to get disrespectful. I know they ain't just pull out the J. Cross, Blake Griffin. Nah, the between the legs oop is nasty, Trey. That boy really got a clip on him. Worst come to worst, he's Nicholas Batum, and that ain't half bad. 38 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. Wasn't the number 1 pick for no reason.
Oh,
that was the one, boy. That was it right
boy,
there.
Atlanta, y'all just don't know.
That was it right
Next
there.
season. Next season. Long
Trae
as
was like, finally.
As long as the Hawks do not get struck by the same sickness or mental disease that hit the Dallas Mavericks and make a dumbass trade in the offseason with a phenomenal prospect, Atlanta, get ready because next year, y'all basketball gonna be a little bit more exciting here.
Yeah, we definitely got to get season ticket next year.
What them guys put on display in that game.
Trae been waiting for somebody he could throw a lob to. Like he been dying.
Man, them boys almost like they was in the All-Star game.
All right, he was dying. You see how big he's smiling when he throwing that shit up.
I can you can tell he having fun with the assists. Like he was like, fuck the points. I'm gonna see how many stylish dimes I can get.
He said we need to call him DD. He's
right.
dropping off like DoorDash.
He was.
We talked about that, man. Trae Young just needs another weapon, needs a Robin to his Batman, and this team could make a run. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
This team may really make a run in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hoping they do.
I hope so. They could fuck up somebody's future.
I'm hoping they do.
Shit, run them. It's Friday.
Minute, he's got a lot of the players, in the NBA or in basketball in the United States, if you make a mistake, you say it's my fault. Well, he came over and he calls it my bad. So now all of the Warriors, they say, my bad.
My bad. Instead of saying my fault, he started to say my bad. And everyone around him in the league started to pick that up.
Basketball niggas. All right. Okay. Y'all got it, bro. It's Friday. I'm not going to be a hater. We going to say Manute Bol invented my bad. We just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to even dissect that statement, man.
One of them's out. Cover home! Wait, somebody. Push it. Get him out.
Go home.
On the same base. Yo, I've never seen, and they're still running. Go home. There you go. Finally. Jesus Christ. I've never seen.
Okay, so what we saw, what we just saw is
that was so frustrating.
I don't know if that was high school or middle school.
It looked like high school.
But the guy pitches the ball and the batter actually swings and connects, but as he hits the ball, it's not really that much trajectory on it. So the pitcher is able to catch it's not even a pop fly. It's just like
it's like a line
drive, and it was like almost like at knee level. So the pitcher reaches out, instantly catches that. That's an out. All right, you got a runner on second and a runner on third. The runner on third is trying to get home. Of course, the runner on second is trying to get to third base.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher is trying to prevent the score, so he throws the ball to the catcher to try to stop the third base guy from getting home. The third base guy turns around when he realizes he's about to be tagged by the catcher and starts running back toward third base. But two runners can't be on one base at the same time.
Right.
So almost the exact second that he's about to put his foot on third, the guy that just left second starts going back towards second. Now they're throwing the ball towards second. And then this continues for about 5 or 6 sequences
of back and forth
between home, third, and first. In second. I'm sorry. And then eventually the guy that was on third base scores.
Yeah, he had to wait it out, but that was unreal.
That was excellent coaching from on the base running.
Yeah, that was definitely.
But that was horrible coaching on the defensive side.
Horrible, bro. Because there's more than one time where
everybody running bases after that game.
Oh man,
everybody running bases. Y'all too slow. Y'all too slow.
You ain't running bases. We running the full diamond. You running the whole field. You running all the way out to left field, run all the way across the right field, run back to home, go back out.
Yeah, but they gonna start to pull back like further out. Just trying to play tired. If you make them run the bases, you really can
that's like running a suicide.
Yeah, you got to sprint. I need to see a full sprint from base to base, especially after what y'all just showed me.
Mm-hmm. There's no reason why they shouldn't have made it out.
Nope.
Because it actually was.
You got enough personnel.
You got enough personnel, and it's 2 runners stuck. They really stuck in between home place and second base. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All you really had to do was defend the home plate and let the second, let them get the plate for third. But you got the guy out at home.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're really supposed to defend. You defending home plate. Y'all trying to chase these niggas around second and third base. That's not going to stop them from scoring.
Yeah, you prevented the hit, and so the next thing to do is stop the RBI.
That's it.
Statistically, that's all you really can do.
That's all you should be focused on. You shouldn't be trying to catch the second base runner to the third, or giving the third base runner the option to go back. Should have had him out on the way to home. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a baseball player. I'm not a baseball aficionado. I've never been in that position to know what I would do in that situation. But it just looked like, hey, nigga, get the nigga out at home. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they was. They going crazy. This was, and listen, and if my son was the one who didn't tag the home, like let the dude get home as soon as he got, so that's what you come out here to do. This one I'm paying for, like, true story, right? I get in a fight at school, right? And big kid named Nathan, who had been held back twice, just drags the floor with me, right? Mollywops my ass. I hit him first. Granted, I hit him first because I just was feeling beefy that day. Pause. And I wasn't going to let him hit me first. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck this. I'm not about to let him hit me first. I'm going to knock his ass first, and then whatever happened after that. So I hit his ass first, and he beat me up and drug me across the floor and mopped the floor with my face and all of that. So my dad shows, and then some other people jumped in on me because, once you hit the ground, it don't matter. Everybody going to kick on you. So my dad comes in, and after we talked to the principal and everything, and we're walking out to school, he says, so this why you paying for karate class for? This what you just doing karate class? Let people beat you up? I paying for karate class every week. You just let them beat you up at karate class? That's what they're teaching you?
Damn.
That's what my dad says to me. This is what I'm paying for karate class? I send you to karate class every week. And you right, nigga. And you go.
That was the nicest way for him to say, nigga, I'm disappointed. That was the nicest way for him to say it, bro. He was still trying to process it. Like, he was still trying to process everything in that moment. Like, this shit ain't adding up. I'm paying for these classes. Nigga, you my son. Like, what the what am I missing here?
I blame myself, of course, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I'm paying for you to be a ninja. You got your ass
Right,
beat
yeah,
the
because
fuck. Your face. He's like, look at your face. Look at
because
your face.
that I can definitely relate to, because everybody thinks like the after 30 days. Well, I'll say probably after 2 weeks, but a consistent 30 days where you go into martial arts class every week.
Right.
Everybody think you a ninja now.
Right.
Like, you can't tell. Like, you can't convince nobody that you not a ninja at this point. Like, nigga, do you know? Bro, do you know how long? Go watch them movies. Did you see how long it was taking them niggas to master them techniques? This shit don't happen overnight.
Nigga,
that shit went overnight.
I was in the 8th grade, nigga.
Man, that nigga was going through so much.
Right.
Hey, man. Okay. Go ninja.
They was
Go
breaking
ninja.
bricks
go.
on this man's head and shit.
All type of shit, man. Nah, cause it's just that real. Like, the shit that Jean-Claude Van Damme was doing in the movies, it's people in other countries. It's people in America doing it, but in other countries, it's a lot more people who are really using those training techniques every day, like that kumite and all of that. That's a real thing. Yeah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? People think it's a game. It's some real ass kickers out here, man.
But just
Speaking of a game and ass kickers, this is a perfect segue. This is the last one for y'all. You can go ahead and tell them what you guys are seeing in this one, and then after this, we gotta go.
okay.
Islanders dump it back in the other way. This one's deflected at center and get knocked down was the referee. Back in the other way. This one's deflected at center and get knocked down was the referee.
Oh, there we go. Damn.
Ooh.
Damn. Why he chucked the referee like that?
He forgot. Okay,
Nah,
look.
couldn't have-
No, bro.
Nah,
He
dog.
was locked in, bro.
Dog.
He was, bro. Listen,
That looked personal.
bro. All right, so look.
That nigga into the wall,
Real quick, y'all.
Hold on. I wish y'all could see this clip.
We just watched. Damn, can you play it back so I can say what team it was? I'm sorry.
Dump it back in the other way. This one's deflected at center and get knocked down was the referee. Back in the other way. This one's deflected at center and get knocked down was the referee.
You can't tell me that he thought that was this thing got a black
it's-
and white jersey on.
I don't even know who that is.
It looks like Great Britain and CLT.
Yeah.
CLT. It looks like
It's
Britain.
CLT versus BRI. That's the best I can give you. Hockey teams.
It looks like British Columbia in Canada, and CLT will probably be Coastal something Toronto.
Okay. So the hockey player is coming down the ice and the ref is in his way. And instead of him engaging in the play, for some reason, he engages the ref.
He
And
just took that man off his feet, bro.
like,
No, the ref had a helmet on. They have a helmet on.
he done going.
Slip and fall on the ice.
He done skate into him at full speed, but he doesn't really pull back.
doesn't
And you
pull
can clearly
back.
see him take the hockey stick and put
push
it
the ref.
and push the ref like get the fuck out the way. But I think for a split second he thought that was like, I get it, the ref got on the uniform and shit. But when you in the zone, like, cause we've seen it in other sports too, like,
look,
or that ref had done something and he had enough.
He had some personal. It looked like, when you getting jumped and your partner trying to pull you out and you turn around and swing on that Negro.
Right.
That's what it looked like. It looked.
My bad, bro.
My bad, bro. My fault, bro. I didn't know.
It's only 2 times I've seen something close to that. When Rondo, and I think he did this shit twice.
Ran into the referee.
No, he threw the ref called a tech on him,
Oh,
and when he
he
turned around, he threw the
ball
basketball
like
and hit him
that.
in the back.
Yeah.
And the ref turned, like, this particular ref was a fit black dude, and he turned around and looked at him like, bro, these NBA checks went on the line.
Yeah.
I'll be in your shit right now. Pause.
He got ejected though.
And then the other time I saw, one time Tom Brady didn't get a pass interference call.
Threw the ball at the ref head.
And he ran from like the 15-yard line all the way to the end zone just to get in the ref face and tell him, "You stupid motherfucker, you should have made that pass interference call. You just blew me a fucking touchdown." Like, and I was like, "Damn, Tom."
I seen one time Tom Brady doesn't get the call and he throws the ball like he's acting like he's pitching it to the ref, but he throws it at the ref's head.
That's crazy.
He throws it straight at his head. Man, it's been the GOAT Shop. Appreciate y'all hanging with us all week. Make sure y'all follow us on all the platforms. You can find us as either the GOAT Shop or the GOAT Shop 404 on whatever platform you're looking at. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, the GOAT Shop 404. We need to get some clicks up on there. My daughter graduating college and my son going to college. So I need all the bread I can get. Please, y'all. Let's get the streams going.
Run it up.
Run it up one time. Push your kids on the way to college too. Goddamn. We need the bread. we need all the checks we can get. I'm one of your hosts, Stoner Brown.
I'm your other host. Well, one of your other hosts, Pushalini Da God.
And we'll be back Monday. Have a great weekend.
Peace.
Decatur, Lithonia, Conyers, Covington, McDonough, and all surrounding areas. Something Special Bar and Lounge presents Music Bingo and Karaoke. That's right, you heard me. Music Bingo and Karaoke. Every Wednesday is Something Special Bar and Lounge. On the 1 and 2s, we got DJ P-Joe. Not to mention, we got the host with the most. Kells, we got drink specials, plus the full kitchen, seafood dip, salmon bites, sweet heat wings, jerk chicken egg roll. From 5 to 7 is our happy hour. Mix and match, 2 items, looking for good vibes, delicious drinks, delicious food. Something Special Bar and Lounge, 1377 Old McDonough Highway, Conyers, Georgia. The best spot on the east side. Express lunch on the go. Not to mention now open for lunch from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Something Special Bar and Lounge.